YouTube, what the crap's going on? Mossman welcomes you back to the Hannibal at the Gates campaign, right, Mossman?
Well met. What do you wish of me?
I wish for you to continue the campaign. So yes, Mossman's back with us, ready to carry things on. Hannibal is at the gates of Nemesis, which is one of the small cities controlled by Massalia. And if I attack them, it's going to be a declaration of war, which is pretty much coming anyway. And I have Mossman going to check out what's up with the Volcae at Tolosa. And I might go ahead and check that situation out entirely before I declare war on Massalia, because right now I'm just trespassing them, which may or may not get their attention. As you know, I just most unfortunately got my fleet utterly destroyed outside of Lily Biome.
It is an honor to serve.
I guess I'm just going to force march him back. Or force row back, I should say.
Yes.
And I don't have enough money to retrain any ships at the moment. And then I had this army going from Hippo Regius to Carthago. So we'll complete that. And I really needed this other army back at Carthago because the Romans have several transport fleets, but it was in fact called back to aid against the Maori, which I'm going to be attacking on the next turn. And we'll see if we can finish them off. So, pretty active campaign going on, and of course the Lusitani joined the Iberian or Celt-Iberian Confederation, and are no longer a threat. The Glaci have taken over their former territory. This is the last army that I've seen from the Lusitani. It's just a ragtag fleet. What we might be able to do is actually march this army down and then sail it around to Geddes, and we might be able to use it to help finish off the fight a little more quickly against the Maori, and then go lend a hand in Sicily. But let's go ahead and end this turn and see what the turn in brings. I don't see any upgrades that need to take place. Yeah, I do expect the Romans to come pay me a visit. That's one of their champions there. One of their transport fleets, looks like both, slowly making their way towards Lily Biome. We could have a large fight on our hands depending on what all's present there. And agents aplenty. I don't really have many good agents there, which is going to be a weakness for sure. Syracuse retreating. And what's left of the Lusitani sailing around, hoping for some type of respite. Wish the Celt-Iberians would just finish them off, to be honest. Okay, so there was a raid on Lily Biome, and I'm going to focus on, well, I can't remember which one I'm researching right now, unfortunately, and I can't get out of here. I think it was civil, so I'm going to put it on civil. Good, I was right. Alright, so that helps. Population surplus at Tirtitania, distraction attempt at Lily Biome as well. So Lily Biome has had some of its buildings damaged. They'll have to be repaired, which is actually quite annoying. And all I have is a level 1 spy to deal with this level 3 veteran, which is probably not very good chances. Level 2 Syracuse an agent here. Let's see what we can do. Probably not a great chance of anything. Wow, that turned out better than I expected. We'll take it. We will take it. Alright, this fleet I'm going to take off of a double time stance. And all I can recruit is raiding ships, but a few of them would certainly be helpful. I can't do a whole lot of anything else due to lack of money after having gotten rid of that agent. Money's going to be relatively scarce. And although this is a bit of a risk, well, I don't know how much I really need that army to help me destroy the Maori. I can probably just march right through them right here. I mean, they have no real forces to speak of. And if I put my men to sea, I'm worried that, you know, a fleet like this will intercept me. So I think I'll be fine for now, actually. Let's just, let's kind of strike fast here. Alright, and I'm just going to auto-resolve this because there's not much to it. Take this settlement from him. Occupy. Wow, they did kill a lot of my elephants. But I should be used to that by this point. Let's tear down these Maori buildings. I don't need any of them. And we'll let my army retrain for a season. I do have some money left. Let's see if we can use this veteran to get rid of their agent that's here. Ooh, wow. He's a pretty strong one, actually. Let's see if we can get lucky and coerce. We did hinder him.
My power knows no bounds.
Agent can't move or act, so at least he won't be able to be used against us. So I'd say that was worthwhile. Let's take Mossman and see what's happening at Tolosa. See if there's a... There is actually a fairly sizable Volcae force there. I think it would actually bode well to stop trespassing with Hannibal, return and deal with the Volcae. Oh wow. Massalia is actually marching a huge force towards me already. Or so it would seem, unless they're at war with the Volcae, which they might very well be. They are. Alright, so really interesting choice here. Let Massalia try and get ahead of me and attack the Volcae. You know, I'm gonna be opportunistic. I'm gonna wait, and I'm not gonna attack Massalia. I mean, there is an ambush situation here in which Hannibal could probably utterly annihilate these guys. What I'm gonna do is wait. Massalia might try and march past me to take out the Volcae and get damaged in doing so, or beaten, and then I can pick up the scraps. So we're going to exercise some patience here and see what happens. Hasdrubal has an upgrade. I didn't realize this was Hasdrubal Barca down here. That's pretty cool. Apache's hitmen. Let's see.
How can I serve Carthage?
Probably not a whole lot I can do with this army because we have to be careful of these Roman fleets out here, and I have no idea what exactly is within those Roman transport fleets. Nor do I know whether they'll attack me, and one can only hope that I can hold them off if they do attack me. I say one can only hope. I can only hope. Maybe I should say it that way. More Roman agents making their way from Corsica and Sardinia over to Sicily. These agents are going to be a real issue, and I should have been better prepared for that.
My friend, I will plead that you do only this. Listen to
These
the
guys want me to
gods
join their
and
war
join this war.
against Massalia, and I really need to just wait another turn. I don't mind helping them, but I just need to wait.
We see little
The Maori
profit
want a
in
peace
further
treaty,
bloodshed.
which I will
You
give
have
them as
fought
long as they
with
agree to be a
honor,
client state. Some
but
of you have
it
said,
is
there's
time
no
to
way they'll
staunch
accept that.
deep wounds.
They sometimes do. It depends on how desperate they are. If I just pick a peace treaty with them right now and extort some money out of them, which I most likely could, they'll just backbite me as soon as I get my army away. So that's why I insist that they become a client state. And since they won't do it, they will die. Looks like the Volcae are going to sally out and attack me. I wonder if that Massalian army is in a forced march, so it wouldn't be able to support me anyway. And it's giving them quite good chances of actually winning this fight, which I highly disagree. I think that they're going to be heavily outmatched. And I see no troops here that tell me otherwise. I don't see what Levy Freemen and a few Celtic warriors are going to be able to do against heavily armed Libyan troops, as well as heavy cavalry and veteran Scutari troops here. Yeah, so this will be interesting. I don't see what advantages they have, but I'm more than happy to put an end to their lives if they desire for me to do so here. I just hope that Massalia doesn't get to like just kind of track right on past me and take their city that I've so kindly opened up through having thrashed the Volcae. Or for all I know, Massalia is marching straight for my city and they're going to declare war on me, similar to what I just did to the Maori. That would probably be fitting for Heir, since I'm kind of treacherous myself sometimes. Actually, an interesting map. I'll have to get a look at it once we get loaded in, but from this view it actually looks like it'd be a fun multiplayer map. Yeah, this would be a cool multiplayer map. Man, why can't they put this in multiplayer? I need to save the coordinates on this. Look, this looks awesome. A small forested hill in the center, which you'd have to vie for control. Both players start relatively equidistant to it. I think this would be a cool map. It's a little unfair because this player gets so much forest here, but this player gets some forest to start in here as well. It's not too bad. It would definitely be an interesting map. Okay, well, let's see.
Libyan infantry!
I think I'm gonna put my you know what? I'll be somewhat actual Hannibal-esque. Put my African troops to the flank here.
We await your orders.
Put my
Noble fighters.
put my barbarian infantry here in the center. And
As you say.
got my slingers ready.
Swords.
I'm gonna put some swords here to support with these hoplites.
Battle ready.
And I have a good load of heavy cavalry here. I'm gonna kind of group it all on its own.
Elephants.
I'm gonna group these guys.
Formation.
I don't really have any intent on. I'm just gonna scout over the top of the hill. I don't intend to take my infantry over the top of it because there's no need for me to get an engagement with these guys when I have such a massive skirmishing advantage. So what I'm gonna do is just use my cavalry again to do some scouting.
What a foul stench! These unwashed sons of whores are more likely to overwhelm us with their odor than their numbers.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
I don't know if you all just heard that, but Hannibal just said that these unwashed sons of whores across from us are more likely to overpower us with their odor than with their arms. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's even better than some of the old Rome 1 speeches, and they were fantastic, like the Roman. Oh man. Oh, that was good. That was really good. Okay, so my scouts are to the top of the hill, and we can indeed see some approaching light horse and some of their infantry. Let's pull back. No need to get in a hasty engagement. See if we can lure some of this light horse further away from support. My Numidian nobles there. Now they do have skirmish on. I'm actually going to turn it off. I'm just going to flee back to the safety of my own lines. And my Numidian noble horse is getting caught. I'd actually probably be... Whoa, crap. I'm going to get hammered by my own slingers. I probably would have been better to just turn around and fight, but I just want to entirely lure the Celtic light horse back here and just utterly destroy it. My Numidians didn't take much losses. I think the most of what I lost actually was some Balearic slingers, which is more of a nuisance than anything else. No real threat. Yeah, I didn't have to run from that light horse, I guess. Just decided to. I'm going to keep my own slingers from firing for just a moment. But yes, if this enemy light horse wants a piece of me, I'd be glad to give it to him. It's going to get shredded by this heavy cav here. I've got 2 Carthaginian cav cutting it down right now. And the remainder of the enemies are cresting over the ridge.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay. We've killed the enemy light cav. We're going to go ahead and hop out of here. See a noble horse and a few more light horse. I'm going to actually send this Numidian noble to help deal with the noble horse. I'm going to let my Balearic slingers see if they can get a piece of this light horse that seems to be suicide charging. Yeah, they're not going to do a whole lot of good because even though my men aren't in shield wall, they're relatively braced. I'm going to go take care of this Gallic horse out here. Kind of botched the charge on my noble cav there, but getting these Numidian nobles into the back of this fight will pretty much seal the deal. Those Numidian nobles have a blistering melee attack. Okay, I hard group my Scutari, and I'm going to go ahead and charge into combat. And I'm gonna... Oh, I got cav coming at me through the woods over here, and it's actually a noble horse. I'm gonna need to support that with my hoplites. Okay, so I am in supporting that fight, and up the center, my men are doing well. My slingers are beating down these Celtic slingers here. I'm gonna move to outflank here. I'd like to get my elephants around, I just don't want to get too hasty.
Our general is under attack.
I think we should be safe, though. This noble horse is still out here contending with my Numidian noble cav. Let's rear charge this noble horse up here.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
I'm gonna keep attacking the slingers back there. There's a mercenary hoplite here.
Noble fighters! Libyan infantry!
Reform my Libyan infantry here. My general's actually going to be under a lot of fire. It's time to remove him from the fight. It's Hannibal, actually, not just any general.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay, Hannibal's been removed from danger. And my javelins ought to be raining recourse. There's a noble cav that got in my swords there, so that is no doubt going to be a bit of a painful situation. Okay, I can't... Okay, there is one more noble horse unit in there. The sooner I can wrap that up, the
We
better.
have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay, most of my sword units here are now free again.
Noble fighters!
And let's see if we can use my slingers to repurpose against some of these other enemy units. This is going to turn into a somewhat bloody match.
Elite cavalry! Libyan infantry! Elite cavalry!
Time to get my cav around. Okay, that last noble horse is about to rout as well.
The enemy general is dead.
Bring this cav in from behind. Alright. We're in good shape now. Enemy skirmishers are going to be out of places to run. There is a spear noble still here. I'm going to target this Celtic slinger. Yeah, we've got most of their guys on the run at this point.
Libyan infantry! Ready for battle!
Okay. Looks like the Volcae are in full retreat. I'm actually going to continue the battle just momentarily. May not be the most interesting thing to watch, but I do believe that it would be a good idea for me to run these guys down. So I'm going to direct my various units of horsemen to run down some of these fleeing troops. Oh gosh, slingers, please cease fire. Don't want to kill my own Carthage or Scutari cav.
Infantry at your command!
Okay, so my cav is going to go ahead and run down Levy Freeman. So it's mostly just Levy Freeman running away from me, but I do want to make sure that these guys don't escape. I'm trying to see if there's any higher value targets than this, but getting rid of slingers and larger units like this isn't going to hurt anything. There are some mercenary Gallic warriors back here that are probably more of a threat to me, so I'll just kill some of these Celtic slingers. In fact, the Celtic slingers don't really bother me because I've got so many of my own slingers. Gotten a pretty good piece of that one. Yeah, these 59 Gallic warriors back here, that one kind of bothers me.
Noble horse!
Let's see, Levy Freeman, Celtic slingers. Levy Freeman, let's go after the slingers. And let's take these guys. Ah, crap. These guys that got into the woods are going to escape. That stinks. There's actually 50 some odd sword warriors there.
The enemy general is
Well,
dead.
I killed another enemy general. That never hurts. Oh, it's a spear noble. So that unit's going to be gone. No sense in continue chasing it. Let's go after these Gallic warriors.
Noble horse!
Yeah, and I'll see if I can get this Celtic slinger unit here.
Cavalry!
Those guys are going to escape. I do believe there's some units that are escaping over the top of the hill. Yeah, they're going to get away as well. Eh, not the most effective mop-up operation I've ever run. In fact, we can probably pretty much call it good, except for these slingers over here. I'll let my...
Noble horse!
I'm going to try and get my noble horse ahead of them. My noble horse are outright exhausted from having fought off another noble horse.
Kill, kill, kill!
So they're certainly not going to be killing these slingers at any quick rate, because it's hard for them to even just stay caught up. Exhausted heavy horsemen on this game
Our hidden
are
units have been
barely
discovered.
faster than a foot unit. Yeah, I'll just let them run down a few more of these slingers, and then we'll call it good from there. We are going to possibly need to retrain to take the Volcae settlement. I'm not certain of that, though. We'll have to see just how bad they got beat here. So let's quit the battle. We did kill a very large number of them. Shouldn't have much more than 700 men remaining. And that depends on how many of your units are unable to retrain. They took a pretty savage beating. Now what would be bad is if Massalia decided to take advantage of me in the same way that I was planning to take advantage of them. If they made that same choice, it would be quite bad. So every general on the battlefield died, and a few of their troops will escape though. This army dies entirely. It looks like the other three will be escaping with tattered remnants. And they were far enough away from their city that the garrison was not there to participate in the battle. Oh, well my allies are right there about to take the city actually, so that works out perfect. I'll just let them have it. I don't want to deal with it anyway. So yeah, I'll just get Hannibal back here, let his men retrain. Let's send my spy forward to see if we can scout out the Massalian positions.
As you command.
I'm assuming, yep, they did retreat back in this direction. So we'll just keep an eye on their
How
positions.
can I assist you?
Mossman is here. I don't want to spend any money using him though, because I want to spend my money to upgrade infrastructure. Sound like a dang politician saying something like that. Alright, let's see. This grain market would be great. The wine trader would be great. And there's one of these that provides me wealth as well. I'm pretty sure it's... yeah, it's going to be this one. Shrine to Melkort. So I'll go ahead and build that as well. And then on the next turn, I might have enough money to expand some of that infrastructure. But after a few turns and getting some of these buildings created, it'll just help punch my my income up higher, where it needs to be. And these troops have, except for my general, finished retraining, and I probably don't have enough money to hinder this guy here, unfortunately. I can tempt him. Apparently it's cheap to tempt people. Got my agent wounded in the process. That was smart. Probably shouldn't have done that. Well, I think it's unlikely with as high as the public orders that this place is going to experience revolt too quickly. Oh, I can't quite reach these guys to ambush them. Yeah, I shouldn't have crossed the border there. I should have just stayed on the other side so that I could have recouped a few more of those elephant units. But I think we'll be alright. And to be honest, we are pretty much out of time for this episode. I know it was a relatively short one, but I think we'll go ahead and call it good for now. I'm going to put this spy in here and let him do some military intelligence. The veteran in Hannibal's army has gained some experience. Go down one down the authority tree as well. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Heir of Carthage, signing off.